Hello, how's it going? My name is Mark Calvin, and I am doing this video as a part of the Love Serve Grow challenge that is with Bob Heilig. And if you have ever taken one of Bob Heilig's trainings, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's start this off by talking about believing. Believing is the beginning of what we're talking about. The beginning of this whole process. It's the beginning of everything that we know and everything that we see. The most important area you need to believe in is yourself. And this video is part of that. It's part of the activity that I'm doing so that I can learn even more to believe in myself and believe what I'm doing. So, this video is a part of that. And it's interesting that the notes, there can be no significant change in the world unless we first have the courage to change ourselves. In order to change ourselves, we must first believe we can. So believing is where it begins. A belief, this is cool. This note, a belief is something that you know with absolute certainty. It is a thought that you've decided consciously, unconscious, or unconsciously that it's the truth. So that's part of it is you believe because you basically assume things are the truth when they may or they may not be. Then there's a confirmation bias, because everything in your life is a belief. We don't experience the world as it is. We experience the world as we perceive it to be. It's kind of like wearing glasses. The world looks completely different through these glasses than it does if I take the glasses off, which, that's a terrible thing for me because I can't see. But that's how it is. Life is how we perceive it to be. And then a confirmation bias kicks in. It's called the reticular activating system. And I don't know if you've heard of that, but think about buying a car. When you're buying a car and you finally find the one that you like and you're looking at that car, let's say it's a red Toyota. Just pull one out of the blue. It's a red Toyota, and you're thinking about it. Oh, should I get this red Toyota? Should I buy this red Toyota? And you finally get around to it and you buy that red Toyota. And then when you're driving around town, all you see are red Toyotas. It was like, what? Did everybody go to the car lot at the same time as me and decide to buy a red Toyota the same time I did? It's called the reticular activating system. If we train our brain to look for a certain thing, that's all we will see. So when you train your brain to believe that a certain thing is happening, that's all you're going to see. And all you're going to see is the evidence to prove that that one thing is happening. So regardless of what it is, you could say, oh, well, all apples are rotten. And every time you see an apple, you're like, oh, that apple's got to be rotten. There's got to be a rotten spot in it, and because we've trained our brains to think that way. So, if you drew a box, what we know, and notice it's in quotes, we drew a box. What we know is inside that box. What we perceive, what we see through our glasses is inside that box. And then what we know dictates the vision for our life. So, what we know and the vision for our life are connected between the two. The note says your limitations in life are self imposed. Your inability to create the results you want isn't due to a lack of ability, it's due to lack of belief. That's interesting. So it's not that we can't do the things that we want to do. It's the fact that we don't believe we can do the things that we want to do, even though we can do them, because it's inside our little box that we don't believe in those things. That's an interesting concept. That's an interesting thing to think about. So that's the thing we need to start thinking about. And the next video that I do will be about the formula to start changing that. It'll be talking about the green light and the red light stories and what the difference is between those two and how we can change those two things, because we need to start believing differently. And once we believe differently, then things start to change. So the next time that we meet, the next time that I do a video, it's going to be over red light, green light stories and how to be conscious of them and how to change those different stories. Because remember, if nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes. Have a good day.